Well, this Justin Bieber album is just a little bit shit. I understand that he's a bit low-hanging fruit at this point. I remember when he first started out, he had a massive like teenage girl fan base that were just fawning over him and thinking he was like amazing. But then everyone else just seemed to think like, what's there to like? And I don't even care, man. He never got good. I remember when Purpose came out and there were people defending it, calling it even a great pop album. I never really understood how or why people came to that conclusion, to be honest. But hey, that's what people thought. And even by that point, he still did not have a great deal of good songs. I mean, there was What Do You Mean, which I think is a good track, but that's pretty much one of the only ones I can actually name in anything he's ever put out. I like the melody on that one. I thought it was really sweet, and I think the idea of him, confused and conflicted, not knowing where to stand in a relationship was pretty relatable and interesting. In terms of like the subject matter, I thought that was a pretty cleverly done track. And it took him 5 years to come back and drop Yummy. Like, that's crazy. This man was out for so long, we didn't know where he was. He was on a few features and whatnot, on that Despacito remix as well. Like, he obviously was still a force in the music industry, but like, this man came back with Yummy, like the comeback single. That's what he gave us. It gets worse and worse every time I hear it as well. Like, it never got tolerable. I kept hearing it on the radio and it just was, oh, it sucks everything out of me. The way he's singing on that track, the beat is the most generic, like, trap pop beat, even if that's whatever that even is, trap pop, I don't even know, but it, like, oh, Jesus. And this whole album is as bad, if not even worse, than what he dropped on Yummy, because it's just so lifeless. There's just nothing to these songs. There's no interesting beats, there's no melodies. The way he's singing is stale as fuck. He isn't a very good singer, I must admit. Like, I never really thought about it, but I think this album's made me realise he's not a very good singer. What makes a Frank Ocean so good and lovable is that he's not the best singer in the world. Like, he isn't an amazing singer. He's a good singer. But I think you'd be pretty much exaggerating if you called him an amazing singer, because I don't think he is. But he brings so much emotion to his songs. He brings so much power. You know it's a Frank Ocean song the minute he starts singing. Whereas like Justin Bieber starts singing, and I'm just ready to turn it off. He's so bloody boring. He still has that same teen pop boy bandish voice that he had in 2012. And it's just not interesting at all. It's so squeaky clean, and he just has no personality whatsoever. I mean, think of someone like Anderson .Paak as well. Like, that man has so much presence behind the mic. He is oozing with charisma on every song that he makes. Even some of his worst songs, he still has an undeniably, like, just infectious presence that Justin Bieber will never ever have. The lyrics on this are horrendously bad as well. The friggin' shout out to your mum and dad for making you. Like, that's the best you can come up with. Like, you're in love with this person and you're like infatuated with this person. You're just so amazed by them. And all you can say is like, shout out to your mum and dad. They did a good job. He brings in Little Dicky later on, and that's kind of cute. It's cute watching Little Dicky try to be funny. You're just like, you're trying, man, but you're just never funny, are you? And just like, why is he there? I don't know, I don't get it. You've got Post Malone, you've got Quavo on this album, you've got Kalani, like very standard modern day guest features. These are all typical features that you always see on like R&B, pop, rap albums that, kind of fuse elements together. And then you just got Lil Dicky. It's like, why? Speaking of modern day rap, pop, R&B fusions, Take It Out on Me weirdly sounds like a Khalid song. Like, I swear there's a Khalid song that I've heard recently where this instrumental on this Justin Bieber track sounds almost identical to it, which probably goes to show that so much of this like mainstream sounding R&B stuff is so like, it's all like stuck in this one big vacuum, and it's just all like sucking these same sounds together, and it's all swirling around until eventually everything just sounds the same and nothing has its own identity anymore. The man tries to be sexy on a few of these tracks as well. On Come Around on Me particularly, it is just the worst, where he's trying to like enunciate his voice in this kind of like smoky way. Oh, it's just no. And then the friggin' woo, woo, woo in the background is so annoying. I've mentioned the track with Kalani as well already, but that annoying little in the background of the track. What is that? It's like they were really struggling to think of ideas to change up some of the songs in some kind of way. Because honestly, it is copy pasted the whole way through this album. Like, it's the same idea on every bloody song. Justin will sing in some falsetto, some kind of like whispery voice sometimes, and then he'll bring in an annoying hook. Some really bad lyrics, and then this is like the one track where they were like, well, we can't just do that again, we'll have to throw in this. Yeah, as you can tell, I think this album is awful. I mean, I'm just impressed at how bad it is at times. I just thought it was going to be mediocre. I thought it was just going to be plain, but it's all of those things and somehow so much worse. As pretentious as it sounds, I just don't hear any artistic merit in this album whatsoever. Like, this doesn't sound like a man who wants to make music. It sounds like executives, you know, the people at the top of these record labels are just pushing him to do a sound that they're making him do, just so they can get like money and shit, like just so they can just fill their pockets because it'll sell, people will buy it, and that's just what this album sounds like. It's just one of the most uninspired pop albums I've heard in so bloody long. And I get it. I get why boomers are mad at millennials. This is the shit we made popular. We did this. This is my generation. People my age were all over Justin Bieber in 2010. And like, yeah, of course boomers are going to moan at millennials for this. Like, this is the shit we let happen. We made this man one of the most popular artists in the world and probably of all time. Why did we do that? We've got to make a change. This is a streaming era now. We're the tastemakers. We've got to say, nah, this is shit. Do something different and give us some good music, please, because we won't let this man get to #1 anymore because he's making bad music. The climate was slightly different in 2015, so he was able to do it. But now, when he's making even worse music, that's even more awful than it ever has been before, the streaming system is way more powerful, and he can't get to #1. He can't have hits. This album, there's a good chance this album may flop as well, which is good. We got to keep letting this happen. We got to keep saying no and give some artists that deserve some attention, more attention. Like, where are they? Why are we letting songs like Dance Monkey still become huge? What's going on, man? This is just, nothing's changing. We gotta make something change. So yeah, 3 out of 10. Truly terrible. Thank you for watching my review. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Sorry for ranting a little bit, but I thought I'd just get my voice out there, speak how I feel. I'm passionate about music, and this is not what I want to see become popular. It's not good. Thank you for watching my review. Hopefully you have a good day. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Goodbye, subscribe, and bye.